Welcome to the Las Vegasville podcast, brought to you by Jump Studios, where we cover topics related to everything happening around Sin City, including the social media scene, food, and a whole lot more, with some of the best, most popular accounts around the city, and talk about their success in Vegas and beyond. I'm your host, Philip Zhang, aka Las Vegas Phil. Check me out on IG or TikTok, and feel free to text or leave me a voicemail at 702-551-4445. On with the show. Welcome to this week's podcast. I am definitely a fan of this week's guest, as she covers anything and everything to do with Vegas in her own unique, funny, and cool way. From the best eats, tourist attractions, and hidden gem finds, Yuvia is always on the hunt, and the audience, like me, benefits most of all. Of the newest generation of influencers, she's on a pretty short list of social media personalities that have hit the six-figure mark on both IG and TikTok in a remarkably short amount of time. Super excited to chat about all that with Yuvia Morales, better known as Las Vegas Chicas, with 114K on IG and 109K on TikTok. Welcome to the show.
Yay! Thank you. I have prepared a little intro for you.
What?
Yeah. This is Phil, the mayor of Las Vegas. For all the foodie influencers, I don't know. With over 400 and give me 2 seconds, with over 89,000 followers on YouTube and
I'm 89.
1,000.7 on YouTube, 286 on Instagram, and 447 on TikTok. We love you. The mayor of Las Vegas, okay?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yay, thank you for having me.
You're actually one of the people that actually gives me reaction of the episodes. I mean, you've listened to a lot of them, so thank you.
Yay.
For all that.
I love them.
Yeah, so happy you're on. How's everything been going recently for you?
Really good. And you know what? I wanted to say something else.
Okay.
I know you normally always ask the questions, but I have a lot of questions for you because you have been doing it the longest. And I feel like you ask a lot of questions that are beneficial, but you don't really answer too many, So I feel like I want to know everything about Phil, because Phil asks questions here and there. He'll give his input here and there, but I want to know everything about Phil.
Okay. Well, maybe we could do that over Portos and pizza.
Pizza?
What do you think?
Okay.
We could
yeah, that sounds good.
do that in the middle. Because I don't want people to tune out right away.
Oh.
So, yeah. Yuvia was super nice enough to bring Franken's pizza in, which none of us have ever had, and the wings. And then Julie Kim just came literally straight from LA and brought Portos, so we have a feast at the table.
Yay.
Yeah. When did you move to Vegas?
I moved when I was 7 years old, so over 20 years ago. I moved with my mom, and it's just been her and I for the longest time. And the rest of my family is in South Carolina, so it's been us two most of the time. Yeah.
So did your mom work on the Strip too?
No, she worked off the Strip.
Okay.
I started working on the Strip when I turned 21, but I've been in the food industry since I was 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird for you to be on this side. Oh,
Yeah.
You probably notice different things that a lot of people don't notice, like when we're shooting the kitchens and.
Yeah. I kind of sometimes I get anxiety almost when I'm in the kitchen, because I know everything's quick. We got to get this, these wings out. We got to get this pizza out. This has been on the window for this long. And then I'm just watching things sit on the window, and I'm just oh my God, it needs to go to the customer right now. I don't know. It freaks me out sometimes. That's why I try to only do things on the weekdays, because on the weekends I'm just oh my gosh, it's too much going on. Because since I have been on that side, I'm just I just see the servers running around, and I know what's going through their head, and I'm just you know what I mean? And and it just kind of sometimes gives me anxiety almost.
Yeah, it's always interesting to get the opinion of people that have worked in restaurants, because they notice way different things than me and some of the other influencers do, because we just think it's just regular and everyone's just working. But yeah, there's a lot going on.
So much.
So you started at 16. Mm-hmm. Care to tell us what your first job was?
It was Panera.
Okay.
Yeah. I've only had so many jobs, actually. I've only had like 4 jobs. I've always like been really good at staying at one job, even if it sucked or whatever. But yeah, I was Panera, and then I worked at Miller's Ale House. Did you ever go?
Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah. I worked at the Henderson location. Yeah, for like 4 or 5 years almost. I started hosting, and then I was a busser, and then I was a server, and then I became a bartender.
At
So I did
Miller's.
everything there. At Miller's Ale House, yeah.
Oh, wow. It's
Yeah.
a shame they closed.
Yeah, I know. They had some good stuff. Yeah, did you ever go? You said
Yeah,
you went?
I used to watch football games there all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the UFC fights were so fun to
Yes.
go, and like everybody, it was so crazy. One of the craziest nights that I remember was when the Mayweather fight, Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and like it was blacked out on the Strip, and like you could only watch it like off the Strip. And normally people don't like people would go for the fights, but they per person it was like $150 or something. Like it was so expensive to just watch the fight at Miller's Ale House in Henderson. Like people were making money off of that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was actually a concierge at TD Village at the time, so we were right by Town Square. So everyone would go to Miller's Ale House all the time. We just tell them to go there, and yeah, crazy, crazy. And then let's talk about your initial start in social. I did a deep dive, but your first post was dated April 13th, 2021 on TikTok. Did you archive a bunch of stuff? Or was that actually your legit first post?
What is it?
It's Ola Las Vegas, April 13th,
Oh,
2021.
nope, that was pretty much like it. That was like
Wow.
the first one. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was another one, but it was like a Galentine's thing, like with the girls. I don't know, like nothing food related. I think that was my first food post. Yeah, April. Yeah, whenever. that
What
was.
inspired you to open up the account and start?
TikTok. Well, at first, like obviously, I didn't want to download it like anybody else, because I knew I was gonna get addicted to it. And then after I downloaded it, I just started seeing a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, ooh, we could, like, me and my friend who downloaded it that night, we were like, ooh, we could do something with this, you know. And then I kept seeing like all food stuff. I don't know, just from everywhere, and I'm just like, that's so crazy, like. I could be doing that or whatever, you know, because I would go out to eat a lot. As a bartender, like you're always meeting other bartenders from other restaurants and like servers from other restaurants and stuff like that. So like me and my friends, we would just go out to eat, and then I just started recording. I would always like record stuff, but never like do anything with it. You know, I would just post it on like an Instagram story or whatever, and that was about it. But yeah, that's pretty much how it started.
Okay, yeah, and you naturally had a knack for voiceovers. That's what you started with, right off the
Yeah.
bat, which was cool.
Yeah, and honestly, I wish I would have kept going with it, but along with everybody else, I was super uncomfortable with my voice. And then obviously you just keep hearing it, you get used to it. But at first I was like, okay, let me do my voice. And then I feel like I just didn't know how to like talk, or when I would hear my voice, I was just like, ew. So then I went to doing like the Siri, you know, the voice.
Right, I don't know what you call it. I just call
I
it
don't know.
TikTok voice.
I call it Siri. Text to
to
talk.
talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
text to talk. Yeah, so then I just started doing that, and I just,
Because of your self-consciousness?
yeah, self-conscious. I was like self-conscious, and I thought they would do better like that anyway. Like I felt like my videos were doing better when I didn't actually talk, you know, but I feel like I just should have just gotten used to my voice, because people, it could be anybody behind the camera when you do like the text, you know, anybody. It could be anybody, but I feel like it's more personal, you know, when you're using your voice. And I wish I would have kept to it. But I mean, it's fine. I'm on the track now.
Yeah, absolutely. But you had a bunch that did go off. Your first huge post was Fat Tuesday's Casino Royale drink. Which
Yeah.
almost hit, it's right around 1 million. And then the Player One video hit over 6 million
Yeah.
using the text to talk.
Yeah, they were doing good.
Yeah. And then but it's more difficult to do text to talk because you got to type everything
Oh my
in.
gosh, yes.
And then the enunciation.
I noticed that now. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was. And then there was like 3 or 4 videos that I put the text to talk, right? I stopped it. I know I stopped it for like after a second or two. And I would post the video and it would be throughout the whole screen. There was like 3 videos that happened. Like there was like a glitch And it was so annoying because, and like, sometimes I just post something and walk away from my phone. I'm like, no, I don't want to see how it's doing, or I'm scared, whatever. And then like 1,000, 2,000 views later, I'm just like, that video got glitched or got messed up, or whatever. Yeah.
It's interesting that, I mean, voiceovers aren't for everyone. So I think text to talk is a great way to just kind of, for people to go, and it still works. I mean, posts still go off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think, but I feel like if you want to build like a good, genuine, authentic audience, I think you should definitely show yourself more, or like, talk, and so people can know it's you, Yeah, even if you don't show your face, at least like talk with the audience, and I feel like you're really talking to them. I don't know.
That's true.
I feel like people really feel like that, like she's talking to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So when did you finally feel comfortable? When did you get over? Because it's different for everyone.
Your podcast.
Really?
Yeah. I started listening to your season 1. Your season 1 of your podcast.
Old school.
Well, I started using my voice, or I started wanting to use my voice. And then I just saw the podcast, I think, or something like that. And I started hearing like Talls and Cody and like a couple other people saying how they hated their voice and how they were so uncomfortable with it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hate my voice too. But they got used to it. So I'm like, now I don't even think about it. Now it's just like, like it comes. Yeah, that's just how I do it. I don't even think about like my voice. Sometimes I'm like groggy, like when I first wake up and I have to like do it or whatever. But now I don't even think how like my voice sounds, Yeah. So it was your podcast. So thank you for your podcast. Yeah.
That podcast saved me too, because then I got to talk to amazing people like Charles and Cody and pick their brains on how to do it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what is Uvia Post like? Walk me through how you build a post. Are you thinking about the voiceover as you're shooting it? Do you already know what you're saying? Do you script it? It doesn't sound like you script
I don't script it at all. Wow, it sounds bad. Is that what you're saying?
No, it sounds very natural. Where I sound like I'm pushing like glass dildos or something. Why did I say that? Okay. Anyways, all right.
Is that what he's thinking about? That's what he's thinking about. Okay.
When Kate was on, when I was reading off the products, I felt like I was doing my own TikTok.
Yeah. That was my favorite freaking podcast.
Thanks for listening to it.
So good.
Yeah, Kate was awesome.
Yeah, she was awesome.
And I can't believe her account got completely deleted. Like
after, right?
Yeah, the day before the episode came out, 1.2 million followers just gone.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. That's why I feel like so I started getting like account warnings on TikTok. So that's when I started really pushing Instagram, because I'm just like, I was almost over it. Like if my account got banned on TikTok, I was like, fuck this, like I'm so over it, because there was things that I would post and I would get an account warning, or it would get like something would happen. And I'm just like, that is so annoying. So then I started focusing on TikTok.
So was it Mas por favor?
No.
Or fire?
No, it was like a, I went to, Mr. Fish or something, Fish Miami or something like that. Sexy Fish.
Oh,
Sexy Fish in Miami. Uh-huh. And I showed the bathroom, the men's bathroom, but it was like a statue, and it got, banned, or my video got like taken down because of it. I'm like, it's a statue, it's art, right? So I don't know. Sensitive. Yeah. So it was so annoying, but yeah, that sucks for her that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we got into that. Okay.
Yeah.
But,
I'm like,
so you build a post, you edit it first, and then do the voiceover, or how do you do that?
Yeah. So first I edit my video. Now that I'm trying to do longer videos, I kind of try to get it to like 2 minutes, and then I'm thinking of what I'm gonna say, and then I finish building the video. But before, it used to, I would build the video, see all the clips that I really liked.
Edit it on InShot?
On InShot, yeah. I started doing CapCut for clients, and the editing on CapCut sucks. Like the way, I freaking know, like you just move it. Like if the video's too short, you can't move it a certain way. I don't freaking know, but I do InShot. InShot is so much easier. I do my voiceovers and the editing on InShot, yeah. That's what I've been using for the longest time.
Yeah, that's definitely the most popular one, I think, and it works So that's awesome. And so 2-minute videos, you're making a conscious effort to make.
No. Like I edit the video for 2 minutes and then I do my voiceover and cut it down. Like I cut down the video.
I see,
Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that does
Yeah.
make sense because recently I've been doing that too. I actually fit the video to the voiceover now versus the other way around.
Yeah.
Like it used to be.
Exactly. That's how I'm doing it. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's working out.
All right, so you just pick and choose from the 2 minutes and then whatever.
Yeah, whatever goes with my voiceover is what I get to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Okay, cool. And you mentioned clients. So you are a social media manager now as well.
Yeah, I started doing
cool.
it. Yeah, I wanted to first. I was so against it at first, but it's because I really wanted to focus on my brand, and I think that is so important because that's where we're all at. We're all at this point in our career or whatever because of our account, and I think sometimes like I've seen it, not like super crazy or to call anyone out, but I feel like people start focusing on their clients and making money so much that they kind of like let their account like fall or like they're just not focusing as much or whatever. And I didn't want to get to that point. I wanted to make sure like I was at 100K followers on Instagram before I started focusing on anybody else. And like, I feel like I just wanted to focus on learning more stuff also before I started teaching myself something else because there's just always so much we can do like or that I want to do. Like I want to start a podcast. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you get so sidetracked, you know. But I wanted to really make sure I was focusing on my account and myself. Yeah.
Yeah, as a business owner, there's always more you can do. It
Yeah.
never ends, and that's the thing with all this.
Yeah.
You recently took the leap and quit your job to do this full time.
Like 6 months now.
6 months.
Yeah, it's flown by so quick.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
How did you? What finally drove you to finally say I'm gonna dive in?
Yeah, it was just everything was just so much. Like it was taking a mental toll because like I worked on the strip and sometimes like it's a lot of traffic, you know? So I feel like driving there, like doing my 8-9 hour shift and then driving back home or like going to an event, having to edit the video, trying to spend time with my mom, like my husband, my dogs, like it was just so much. So I was just like, you know what? Like I feel like this can really take off. So that's, yeah, I just kind of was just like, let's just freaking do it. And I've never done anything like that. Like I've never quit a job. Like I've always been like a hard worker or whatever, you know, like super into like work ethic. And yeah, I was just like, this is the craziest thing I've done, but I'm glad it's really working out. Yeah, I
That's
think.
fantastic. No, I'm
Yeah.
happy for you. It's always frightening to do, but once you jump off the cliff, I mean, you have more time to focus, and you know your account grew even more, right?
Yeah,
You've
I
done a
think
lot
so.
more. Who were the first influencers you eventually ended up meeting after you started posting?
The first one was Heather, for sure.
Vegas
Biggest
Know-It-All.
know-it-all.
You
Yeah.
know, so many people have said this
I
on this
know.
podcast, which
She's
is
the
great.
best.
Yeah, I gotta have her on. to
I
talk about
love
this.
her. Yeah, she's you and her are like the most welcoming people to the community, and it's just so awesome. Like it's so crazy because you don't have to be like that, you know, like you have a big following or whatever, and it's just so awesome that you're just so welcoming to anybody. Like it's just cool.
Absolutely. I mean, the community is awesome. So yeah, the better everyone else does, the better it is for everyone else. So
Yeah, I have to thank her a lot because, yeah, she was just did like a Discord group, and she, like, I think I started following her, and she started following me back or something like that, and I was just like, that's so crazy, you know, like somebody who has like 200 followers on TikTok or whatever, someone with like, you just look at numbers, right? Now I'm like, whatever, but you look at numbers.
well, because you're up there too. So
No, not because of that. But like you meet somebody and they're just like, it's a normal person.
yeah, just
I
a
don't
normal person
know.
with a phone shooting the same shit
Yeah,
you are.
yeah. Before it was like, oh my gosh, you know, celebrity or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, like she started following me. And then I hit her up for a question, and she replied, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she replied!"
In a voice
like,
message?
no, it was a long text, which I'm surprised.
I'm surprised. I know. I always get 5 voice messages from Heather, and I gotta be in a quiet place to listen to them all.
Yeah. So like, and now that I know her, I'm like, dang, like I appreciate that because that message was so long, and for her, like knowing her that she doesn't like to text, it just means a lot now that I think about it. You know,
That's true.
Yeah,
Texting's a big deal.
yeah, it is.
Because I never get it.
Right. So whatever, she answered my question, and then later on she was like, hey, I'm meeting up with a few people, and I actually met Brennan from Vegas that time, and then I don't really know, I met like
Where did you guys shoot?
Fox's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
In Boulder.
so freaking good, the best mac and cheese ever.
Wow,
anywhere.
okay.
Yeah, I've tried Taste Buds. I've tried like 20 different mac and cheeses. That I am a ride or die for their mac and cheese. Theirs is the best.
All right.
So you have to
Fox's.
try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
it's
made
so
it to
good.
Boulder recently to eat, but yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
I
so
actually can't
good.
Be in that place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Heather DeSalle is just a great person who brings people together.
Yeah, she's
Really
awesome.
Great connection. Yeah, Brandon was saying the same thing.
Yeah,
You know
I think
anyone?
I think I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
then-
might have been there. Yeah.
And then I met her. God, I think she had like less than 20K, but
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
knew because the voice and everything and how just different it was.
Yeah.
And she was such a mystery at the time because nobody knew what she looked like.
Yeah.
Was it Ralphie May? Was it this? Like, yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's amazing.
And people always recognize her from her voice. Like we were just at the swap meet,
Yeah.
and like this fan's
saw
like,
that.
"Oh
I saw
my
that post."
gosh, are you the girl from TikTok?"
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, and it's so funny when it happens because it always happens to her because of her voice.
Yeah, unmistakable. And I can't even imagine now with her job because she's on the phone all the time.
Oh,
She's calling
yeah.
people. It must be so weird.
Right,
For the person
right.
who's
I
like,
never thought
holy
about
shit.
that.
Am I talking to Vegas Know-It-All right now?
Yeah.
Like, that's really
Yeah.
funny. Let's talk about some of your posting styles. My favorite are the rundowns, whether it's like the cheap eats. You
But
know,
I'm
these are
tired
top
of talking
three.
about myself.
You were tired of talking about yourself? Okay.
Yeah, I want
All
to
right.
ask you questions.
Okay. Okay, let's
Or
do
eat
that.
some food.
Let's eat and talk. Let's eat and talk about
I'm
eating.
like, dang it. No, I was supposed to like reverse it to you.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to do.
All right. Let's do that. Let's
Okay.
let's open up this pizza. So
Yeah, let's do it.
So we did 2 episodes back to back. Talls and I were talking about like the top TikTok accounts, top restaurant IG accounts, and Uvia showed up early, brought Frankincense in because we were talking about how we should have done that, and you did it.
Yeah. I was
So-
like, oh my gosh, yes, let me go run over there.
Do you want to open up the box?
Yes. Should I show it on camera or no?
Yeah,
Is it
I
too
think we
far?
should. I mean, we got this is your camera.
This is both of our first time trying
Yeah.
frankincense.
Yeah. Paul's here, Julie's here, Talls
Yeah.
is here, Jay's here. None of us have done this. Oh yeah. Maybe I want to get the phone ready too. Sorry.
Okay. It's a
Okay.
BTS of how we do it.
Okay.
Aw, dang it. Is there napkins?
Yes.
Or is it? Are they in here? All right, we got it, and we're gonna rate it 1 to 10. Just kidding.
It is cold.
Oh, here.
But yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
did I get it dirty? Sorry.
So there wasn't
Okay,
any
cool.
wait. Were there people in line?
So
When you got
no, there
Okay.
was no. So I called.
Mid afternoon.
Yeah, like I feel like from 2 to 4, it's like the slowest restaurant times
Yeah.
anywhere really. And someone came after me, but there was no line. So I'm like, good, because I didn't want there to be a line.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's why I made sure I called before. Okay,
Okay.
we're going
Where
in.
are we going in?
Dang it, I didn't get a good. Hold on.
Tip fold action by hand.
How is it? I'm excited. Oh, it's messy. Hold on. Dang it. Maybe this wasn't a good idea.
What kind of pizzas do you like?
I like fully loaded pizzas.
Mm.
Well,
Like a supreme? That's fine.
yeah, my wife likes cheese pizza, so we have cheese pizza at home.
Right now?
So Yeah, I like a fully loaded pizza. My wife likes like the plain margaritas. So what do we eat? We eat plain margaritas.
Okay. I like
half doesn't make sense because I got to pay the full price for half. Like, yeah,
and this was a medium.
damn.
And it's huge. I mean, it was
huge.
$22. I'm not $22 for a medium, but it's huge. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. I think that.
I really
What do you
like
think?
It. I really like it. I like the buffalo sauce anyway. I like buffalo chicken anything,
Yeah, me too.
but the crust is good. This is way better than I thought it'd be, to be honest.
Imagine it like warm.
I know.
What are you rating it?
8.3. Yeah, I'd like to try it traditionally, but the buffalo chicken, I mean, it could be on rice, it could be on anything, and I'm gonna give it higher than 8. But I would love to hear everyone else's opinion.
Yeah.
If you want
I'll
to
taste it.
throw it out.
Yeah, dig in.
Should I go into the camera? or-
My rating? Oh, yeah. I think my rating is like a 8. Yeah, it's really good. I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way better than I thought.
I'm like, it's messy.
I'm gonna have to.
But still
Should
kind
I-
of warm.
You want me to ask you a question
And
now?
I'm finishing this.
Knew you were
yeah.
gonna go for that one.
Okay. I'm sure everyone is dying to know, what are the qualifications to be on your podcast?
Oh wait, I realize I'm in this camera views. Wait, I'm gonna
Well, first of all, there's a lot of friends and people have messaged me and assumed that they were going to be on and things like that. And I feel bad that I hurt feelings sometimes.
You tell them no?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you say?
Savage.
Depends who they are. But generally, the guideline has been, food and social media. So you got to be killing it on both ends and have some knowledge. So the general benchmark has been at least 100K followers on your respective channel. And, Jay, Tyler, the Jump Force crew, like, they come in here and work too. I got to write up the show. So, it's got to be an interesting episode.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel like it's going to be that, and sorry, this is just how it is, but that's how it is. That's how I tell people. If
Yeah.
they don't meet that criteria, generally, I'm not that interested in having them on the show. Yeah. There are some exceptions, though, like Vegan's Baby, who has an amazing story,
Yeah.
and, the fact that she is the premier plant-based authority in Vegas, even though she lives in New York. John Curtis, because of his history,
Yeah.
are people I just want to have on because I think it'd just be an interesting conversation. But yeah, I think that's really the requirement. Is that snobbish?
No.
What do you think? Okay.
I just wasn't sure what you were gonna say. Like, I wasn't sure if they had to have like a certain amount of followers, or if they had to be like a restaurant owner, or they had to be a foodie. There's like a lot of things that you could have been like, yeah, you could come on, but I was just like wondering, like, is there like a number or whatever, how long does it take you to pick or like edit an episode, or not like edit, but like set it
Plan.
up? Yeah, plan it. Like, you did some research on me, so like, how long does that take you, or how long do you?
Usually it's taking me about 3 hours to write an episode.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Usually.
And I just said, fuck your question.
I know, fuck my questions. Yeah, you just ruined this entire show. See you next week. Yeah.
He did all this research, and I'm
okay.
like,
It's
no,
all right. It's all right.
I did my research too.
But yeah, if I'm going to commit that time,
Yeah.
and this is not, there's plenty of 100K plus accounts I have no interest in talking to.
Yeah.
And that's happened as well. They'll email me, oh, I'm ready to talk when you're ready. Well, I'm not ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Other podcasts want to do a swap. They want me to be on theirs if they're on mine. Most recently, there was a barbershop one. But FYI, no hair. Like, what are we going to talk about?
And no beard.
No beard. Right. So let's talk about my eyebrows and the 10 seconds I used to, I don't know. So it's been interesting. who has approached, who's been interested, and yeah, I politely declined.
All right. So recently we were at Omakase, right?
Daisho.
Yes.
Yep.
And you gave it a 8.2 or 3.
I think, yeah, 8.2 or 8.3. Maybe 8.2 is a very popular rating for me right now. The pizza's 8.2. The pizza's exact same as the omakase.
Yeah, it's really good actually. No, so how exactly do you break it down to rate a restaurant? Because I feel like 8.2 is very specific. I'm like 8, 9, 7.5, but you're like 8.2. So it's like, how exactly what goes into your rating for restaurants?
So specifically for Daisho, and I still haven't done a post for it. Nobody has from that.
No, I'm gonna post it on Thursday. Okay. Yeah, I have a date.
Yeah.
When I was gonna post it.
So I'm comparing it to all the other omakases in town.
Okay.
You look at Kame, you look at Sushi Hiroshi, Sushi Hero, Tokyo Boys, all those places, and seeing what they're bringing to the table for $270. $270 on South Rainbow. I mean, not even close to the Strip, which is a whole interesting thing. So there were some hits. There were some, I wouldn't say misses, but just differences that I did not prefer.
Okay.
That
No, I mean, well, and it wasn't just like specifically that restaurant. I meant just like in general. How do you like it could be any restaurant.
okay,
Like
well,
how do you?
I take the greatest one, the best one I've ever had, and then I scale it to that. Generally, but it's different based on the experience. So, like, yeah, if it's a steakhouse, then I'm comparing it to Barry's or Bazaar Meat or Golden Steer. Like, where does it stand over there? And then if it's nowhere close, if it's absolutely mediocre, then I probably won't even post it.
Okay. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good answer.
But
good answer.
what did you think of Daisho?
I mean, I haven't had that many omakase, so I loved it, and I thought the food was really good. Yeah, I genuinely loved it. Like, I would definitely spend $270 again to eat there. I'm like, if anybody wants to take me out, this is the spot. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, they definitely brought the value. I think the only weird thing, and it wasn't until after we had chatted about it, was the order of the nigiri. They threw out sushi 3 times throughout the meal, which to me killed the flow. Because most other places for omakase just give sushi in just one session, one part. But it was a lot of sushi. I don't think they would have been able to do that. I think we would have been like, over it.
Yeah?
Yeah. If we had like 20 pieces in a row.
Yeah, true.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, good question.
Yeah.
How do you rate a Mexican restaurant?
I'm just like okay, how did I like the food? Not like I don't go into numbers, like it's like good, very good, and delicious. That's about it. Not like, but I feel like point something is like very, so I'm just like, is he looking at like the vents? Are they clean? Are they dirty? Like, is there anything really specific?
I'm not looking at the vents, but the atmosphere.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I grew up not giving a shit about food service at all. It all came down to the food because, Chinese restaurants I grew up going to didn't give a shit about service.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I've heard.
That's not that big a deal for me. It's just the quality of the food.
Okay.
Overall.
That's a good.
Yeah.
All right. What's a big brand you'd want to work with?
Ooh, all travel, all hotel, airline type stuff. I think those would be the ideal ones. Like Kimpton would be amazing because we go there all the time. Super dog friendly. No pet fees. They offer a lot. So something like that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then otherwise for food, probably just, my bread and butter, like all the crazy seafood, crab, steaks.
Yeah.
Those would be kind of the partnerships that I would prefer to have.
Yeah. If there was one like specific brand, is there any that you can think of or no?
A specific brand, like a national brand?
Like that they want you to post every single month.
Ooh. I mean, Golden Steer is kind of it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's a
true.
perfect storm.
That's a good one.
Really.
Yeah, you definitely lucked out.
Yeah,
with that.
locally that it worked out.
Okay, what's one thing you wish foodies content creators stop doing?
Wow. I don't think there's one thing because everyone does it differently. It's not like a set universal thing. And what's for, what works for them is perhaps maybe I'm not the audience for that.
True.
So I don't really.
Or like a pet peeve that when you go out to dine, you're like, oh my God.
Not really. Okay, so the only pet peeve recently that's kind of come up, like especially on IG, is when they don't add the business in the caption. Like, why the fuck do you
kidding.
not
I
do
used
that?
to
You
not do
you
that.
let the viewer have to take 3 extra steps to even find out what the restaurant is when it's so easy, and especially if you put in the first line. I mean, that's where they're going to get the most followers. 'Cause
Yeah.
over 50% of people don't read the caption.
Yeah, they suck.
So that's probably been my only real pet peeve recently. If you bury
With
it
the
all the way
foodies.
below,
Yeah.
things like that, it
Don't do
doesn't
that.
it doesn't help as much. It doesn't help the account, the business.
Yeah,
as
true.
much.
True. Okay.
So
that's a
all.
good one. That's a good one.
What annoys you?
What's
Yuvia?
next?
How about you?
Nope.
Can you answer that question?
Nope. Next question.
Whose show is this? Jesus. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I actually was trying to think of that. When I was writing these, I'm like, what if he tries to be
win.
like, yes, good.
What did you guys think of the chicken?
Oh, it comes with
no,
fries.
The pizza, by the way. Did anyone try it?
Amazing.
Yeah,
It's really
let's
good,
get
right?
Evan's rating.
I ate the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys try it?
I liked it.
What was
it
your
was
rating?
very, very cheesy.
We need an audience mic.
7-9.
I know, that's a good
Jules
one.
Kim gives it a 7.9.
Ooh, they're so warm.
Jay,
I give it. I give
Yeah,
it
come eat a
7.
chicken
That's,
wing.
I think the equivalent of.
These wings are good.
really?
Ooh, guys, you should come try the wings.
Are you a
Yeah,
flats?
there's plenty.
Are you a flats girl?
Lately I've been leaning more towards the flats. Like I didn't even notice until recently. I'm like, oh, I just go towards the flats. So yeah, I feel like I want to rate it like a 9. I'm not like a chicken wing snob though. You know, like I don't go and just always eat chicken wings. Like I'm gonna go and try their chicken wings to see if they're the best chicken wings. You know.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
I'd
I
say
agree.
it was like a 9.
I mean, it's a little soggy now, but
Yeah.
the flavor is pretty good. And it is a pretty meaty wing.
It's meaty, and I feel like it just kind of falls right off the bone kind of thing. Like it's not like tough or overcooked or anything like that. Like it's like perfectly cooked.
And do you prefer breading or do you prefer dry?
I do prefer
Really?
breading. I've found
Okay.
out, yeah. But I'm normally like a buffalo type of girl.
Totally, me too.
Yeah, but I know these have been super popular there, so I just said like I wanted to get the pizza, and then I was like, what else is really popular? And she said the lemon pepper chicken wings. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do that.
Those are pretty good. Even kind of soggy. I'm gonna go 7.5. Yeah,
You guys want to get them?
I would order these, or I get those there.
Wait, is my do I have lemon pepper or no? Okay, perfect. All right, let's go with our next question. This one you always ask, so I'm like, I have to ask this one.
Okay.
What are your DMs, emails like?
I love that you listen to the shows. Thank you for listening.
I really do.
I would say primarily it's a bunch of dudes setting up dates these days.
What do you mean?
I'm kind of planning the dates for a lot of guys. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
Like-
they want to go on a date?
No. They
That's what I was thinking.
no. Sorry, I did not explain that well at all.
I'm like, huh?
So guys are planning dates with their whoever they're taking out, and so they'll have it cut down to like 3 restaurants, or they're looking for a certain price point or things like that. Since lockdown, my demographics changed from 60 female, 40 male to completely the other way, 60.
Oh,
60,
really?
40 male.
Since when you said?
Right around lockdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think?
I don't know. Actually, I think just guys just were on their phone more often during lockdown. They just stayed on Instagram afterwards. My on YouTube is 90% guys looking at my
No
videos.
way.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Holy cow, that's good to know.
Besides that, it's a lot of people that want to eat with me, and I politely decline. And but usually it's just restaurant recommendations. Yeah. How about you?
Wait, why don't you do like a I know you don't like to do like tops or whatever. But you can be like, these are great places to take your significant other on a date. And you can be like, I don't know. Do you ever
3
think about that?
3. Yeah. I mean, I try, like, you inspired me to try to do the top 3 stuff. I did one with businesses that don't have social media. And
I saw
then-
that. Yeah, how did
yeah.
that do?
Did all right.
Check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the private dining room one. That was good.
Oh
advice.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see
I
that.
just didn't need the time to put it together.
Yeah.
and
It
find
takes
the
time.
videos.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and those videos take the longest, but they also perform the best for me. So I'm just like, man, it's gonna take me an extra however long to put this video together, but I know it's going to get at least 200K, like 200K views or whatever, you know, like those always do so good. So I'm like, I cannot not do them, you know, but yeah, you should
That's good
definitely-
advice, and it's a great way to repurpose content that you've done
Yeah.
before. And yeah, you definitely inspired me to create that last one.
Yeah, I feel like you should do something like that. Like, and I've thought about doing something like that, but like really raunchy. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna get
Raunchy?
canceled for that.
As
Yeah,
in, what would be?
I've tried because sometimes I just like to do videos for shits and giggles, like Sugar Daddy, like or I've
the
also
mask
done
with the mustache.
yes, and then I've also done like the day in my life, but like it was like a parody or whatever.
Right, which
I
is
like,
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I want to do like, I don't, how strict is YouTube with like saying certain things? Is it really or no?
No, you can definitely say them, but once you start monetizing, certain ones, if I said fuck too many times, or even when I said bitch, like it'll be ad sensitive, meaning a lot of advertisers will not want to be associated with that post.
Okay.
So I technically make less money off that.
Because I was gonna ask for me to like, is it okay for me to say it right now or not?
You can say whatever you want.
But so I was thinking of saying like top 3 places to take your girl for her to drop her panties or something like that.
Top 3 panty dropper restaurants. Okay.
Yeah, or like, but like raunchier a little bit.
Right.
And like opposite with the girls, like 3 ways to get your man to propose or something like that, like, or 3 places to take your man to get him to propose or whatever, you know, something like that. But
Oh.
raunchier kind of, you know, like, but those are fun, but sometimes like I'm like, I don't want to like get a certain crowd, you know, I don't know, like.
I think it'd be great. I mean, those would definitely go off. And I think that would definitely, you know, if you're talking about closing the deal, restaurant deal closers, you know, I think it would be better coming from a female than
Yeah, right. Yeah. I know. I've thought about that too.
proposing at a restaurant in Vegas is such a fucking mess. Like, I think if you go to Eiffel Tower or Top of the World, you got to do it at like 5 p.m. Because
Yeah.
some asshole's going to do it at 5:05.
Wait, what happened to the
So-
napkins?
I don't know.
Sorry. Okay, I was gonna ask you this one. What is the craziest interaction with a fan?
It was at a urinal.
Let's see. Really? Have you ever told this story on camera
I
or
don't
no?
think I have.
Okay, this is
That's
a
the
good
one
one.
off the bat. And there was no divider, and he was kind of drunk and elbowing me. And,
He was
but yeah, I don't want to talk to someone when I'm taking a piss. Like, that's just
I
weird.
don't either.
Yeah.
What did he say? Hey, are you
Are you
Phil?
Las Vegas Phil? Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, you look familiar. Yeah.
That is funny. I love that.
So weird. Just any other
I wonder if he
time.
remembers too, because he was drunk.
I'm pretty sure he was definitely drunk, actually. Never mind.
Yeah. I wonder if he
Kinda sweating
remembers
and
that.
Elbowing me and you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not elbowing someone like that if you're sober.
Yeah, it was weird.
You know? Yeah.
Weird. But yeah, I mean, any other time is cool. And that wasn't even that bad, you know?
Yeah.
But it was funny. I've never said that.
That's a good story. I like
How about
that.
you?
So I've met a few people, but like the really memorable one, it was kind of set up. But so a fan like messaged me or whatever. Shout out to him, and he was like, "Have you ever been on the bell tower of the Bellagio?" And I'm like, "No, like who has? You know, I haven't even heard of that." Because I guess we were at Whiskey X. And I was like, "Wow, the view's so nice."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, have you been to the bell tower?" And I was like, "No." So then I go with Valley and Shannon to the Bellagio, and we're just hanging out. We're showing Shannon around because she just moved here. And I messaged him, and I was like, "How do we get there?" And he's like, "I'll show you." And I'm just like, "Oh, snap. This is so crazy." Like, I've never met him. He messaged me because he enjoys my videos. And he just takes me to the top of the bell tower. And
So
like that's
cool.
yeah, and that's employees only. Like
Yeah.
not everyone can go up there. And it was so beautiful, and I thought it was a pretty cool, like, it wasn't like I said, like, hey, are you Las Vegas Chicas? But I'm just like, no, but that one's a really cool one, you know. And it
Because
was my
of
first
who you
time meeting
were.
him.
He's
Yeah,
so cool,
because
yeah.
of who I was. He like messaged me. He was like, I'll give you a tour or whatever. And I'm just like, I probably shouldn't have messaged him. Like, he could have been some creep, but luckily he wasn't. And he like worked there, and he like took me up, and he brought us water, and he was just so freaking nice. And it was so nice that he thought of taking me and my two friends up there, you know? Like, yeah, that was really cool.
So how do you get to Bell Tower? Is there an elevator that goes directly up, or are you walking up a bunch of flights of stairs?
No, yeah, there's an elevator, and then after the elevator, you have to walk a few stairs. But it's not that many stairs. It like takes you pretty high up. But yeah, and then it's just there's like really nothing up there, but the views are really nice up there.
I actually tried to propose up there way back when in 2006.
And what did they tell you? No, you can't be up there.
I said, fuck you. Who are you?
Yeah, yeah.
This is only the 20th call today. Thanks.
Right. Yeah, I feel
So-
like they get a lot of calls.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you mentioned proposals, though. I was at Vanderpump recently, and I guess it happens often there. At the Vanderpump in Paris.
Which is a really nice place.
It is. And the bartender, she's like, I'd be so mad. And I'm just like, no, this is a really nice, like, this is a nice place, you know? Like, it looks like you're in Paris, but you're in Vegas. And the food and the drinks are so good. Like, it would actually be a pretty good place to propose, you know?
Especially if you're not local. I think if you're used to just going to Chili's for date night or something, then
Right.
it's probably pretty nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really nice.
Huh.
All right. let's
How were you proposed to?
No, we're going to the next question.
Okay.
What are your favorite videos to do?
Probably the super fine dining ones. I think I just find them more interesting overall these
Because of
days.
the steak, huh?
Yeah, and the travel ones, because it's just a different look at a different way of shooting it and talking about the food. So after I got back from Japan and came back to shooting, just regular food in a pan and it coming on a plate seemed very boring,
Oh, yeah.
uninteresting. And so yeah, I think the travel stuff is really,
Yeah.
like the unusual, for sure.
And I know that you went to Japan not long ago and you're going to go back.
Yeah.
Like, what are some other, is that your favorite travel destination or no?
It's my favorite food. It's my favorite country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Overall, anyone that goes, I'm already jealous. All
I
the
know,
cool experiences that they have.
JT. Yeah.
JT's having a great time. and
Yeah.
I asked him to post more stories if he could.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's doing like some really touristy stuff, which I love because I'm just like, that's the stuff I'd want to do. And I want to see like what your opinion is and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, that is so cool. But how often, like, are you planning any other travels besides Japan? Any like out of the country or in state this year?
I mean, right now on the schedule, I'm just going to New York City for a few days, and then I think I'm going to Philly as well. But
okay.
that's about it. I definitely want to go out of the country again. I just don't know how it's going to work. We're shopping for a house right now,
Oh.
and our dogs are getting old and all this
Oh,
other stuff.
no.
and,
It's
so
hard
I
to
gotta figure it
travel.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 3 weeks in Japan, maybe I might take a couple days and go to Seoul.
Ooh, okay. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Holy cow. What else are you, what do you have planned?
We just have destinations planned. So Tokyo, Aichi, which is the prefecture that Ayumi grew up in, and then we're going to go to Kyoto and Osaka as well. But yeah, nothing. We don't plan the restaurants until we're actually
Oh,
there.
you're there.
Actually,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
but,
Do you need like a reservation in advance, do you think?
Only for the super high end stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
in my experience, like regular average Joe Blow on the corner puts in way more effort and has way more pride in what they're serving, not cutting any corners. And so generally the food has just been outstanding pretty much
Yeah.
everywhere we go.
I can imagine. I'm just like, ugh. What's the
Yeah.
one place that you like that when you go there that you have to go every time?
I don't think there's, well, Tokyo, like actual like restaurant spot,
Either.
we never go to the same place really. Unless it's like truly outstanding.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tokyo for sure, always. I mean, people think New York City's big. They have no idea until they're actually in Tokyo and moving around there. So that's it. That's probably the food capital for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dang, I want to go so
Yeah,
bad.
Japan's the best.
Yeah, I've always
I
wanted
highly
to go.
recommend anyone go. If you have even more time, try to live there if you can.
Holy
It's
cow,
just
really?
amazing,
Yeah. Yeah.
for
I don't know about living there, but that's been on my travel like list for the longest time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's pretty cool.
the dream for sure. Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited when anyone goes. A couple other friends of people we know, like Hooked LV, and all them are going pretty soon.
Yeah,
So,
I
I'm
think
really
he told
excited.
me. I think he told me that he was gonna go, or I thought, yeah, but then like he went to Guatemala, and I was just like, wait, I thought he was gonna go to Japan, and then I saw JT go to Japan, and I'm like, wait, am I confusing them? You know, I don't know, but yeah, that's awesome that he's gonna go too.
Yeah, you guys should definitely go. I would love a Tals Velia, Uvia trip.
We are the
Japan.
best duo.
That would be amazing.
We've had so much fun. Okay, this is a good one, and I've been wanting to ask you this for the longest time because I was like, oh, let me ask you next, and you're like, no. What are your top 3 strip clubs?
Okay.
What are they?
All right, so it would be Sapphire because
Why?
it's the biggest and easiest and least hassle, and probably generally most variety. So if I'm bringing out of town friends, things like that, there's always something they'll be into.
Okay.
Spirit Rhino because
There's a
it's
lot of diversity, huh?
right. Spirit Rhino because it's just a legendary spot, and I have a lot of hazy memories from there from
Oh.
the past before I lived here. And then I was just a Crazy Horse last night, and it was actually not that bad. It was actually pretty fun and super no hassle at all.
Did you go
They're
for
very
Fat
local
Burger?
friendly. Fat Burger.
No? Did you get that
Oh,
email?
Fat Burger's at Sapphire, right?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Crazy Horse. I was there for. Paramount Plus is in town and doing some reality show with a bunch of strippers.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Yeah,
Angelina
Angelina's
posted that.
going tomorrow, I think. But it was kind of weird. It was 8 strippers as part of the show, and we just kind of hung out there as extras, just drinking and bullshitting.
That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, but those guys gonna be here for 2 months, so I know they're gonna be inviting everyone.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and it's so close to the Jump Force office, just right on Russell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wait, what are they? What kind of is it a movie or what? A TV
They
show?
saying it's like a Selling Sunset type show, but with dancers.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so one of the main characters was explaining, they auditioned 200 girls, and they whittled it down to eight people for the show.
Wow.
So they're gonna go shopping one day, do club nights one day, and hopefully there's some drama.
Oh, there's just
between
gonna
them.
be drama.
Sure.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
So I guess those would be my top 3. Just I think convenience is more important to me than anything else. Spirit Rhino would definitely be more of a hassle still,
Mm-hmm.
but I think those would be my top 3
Okay.
for sure.
Cool.
What
Thanks,
an
Theo.
interesting question to ask me.
Um,
Okay. Can I
you
ask
can
a
ask
question?
me one. I guess.
You've blown up super quick on Instagram.
Okay.
It's only been just over a year, right?
On where? Instagram? Mm-hmm. It's been I started growing in I want to say June.
Your first reel, all the way back, was dated February 2022.
Yeah, and then I don't think I started really pushing them out until June or something like that.
Okay.
Or how was it? Or which one was that one? It's,
The first post, I don't remember. I didn't write it down for some
Dang it.
reason. But you've had a bunch that go over 1 million views. Mm-hmm. Is IG your favorite social media app, or does TikTok still feel like home?
no, Instagram for sure. I just I feel like with the stories, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I connect with people more because because the videos you perfect them to however you think they're perfect, and then your voiceover to see how they're perfect or whatever. But on stories, I feel like you can just mess around, just post whatever, no big deal. And I mean, you can screenshot it, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just feel like I really get to know people with stories, and I feel like TikTok stories aren't there yet.
They're just
Right?
useless.
Yeah, and they're so weird.
Why?
When you look at the view count, you're just like, how?
Yeah.
How? And I love that Instagram, a bad video will get 20,000 views, right, on Instagram. TikTok 500. Oh my god. And
I'm stoked with 20K
you know,
right now on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like, how? Like, that is so crazy. Like, that's what I don't like about TikTok and Instagram. That TikTok, like, you can get 500 views and you have 100,000 followers, versus like Instagram, you have 100,000 followers and the minimum views you're gonna get is probably like 20. You know, bad video, 15,000. Like, oh gosh, you know,
Right.
Like, that's what. I'm like, no, Instagram all the way. And I was hating on Instagram for so long, but
All the TikTokers were before they switched over.
yeah, and now I'm just like, I love you, Instagram. Yeah, I don't know, and I love that. I've gotten so many more opportunities with Instagram. Like at 20 or 30 or even like 50,000 followers, I was getting so much more than 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'm just like, I don't know if you are TikTok. Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like, you know, I feel like a lot of businesses are still on Instagram. You know, it's I feel like they're starting to get to TikTok, but they're not there yet. But everybody has Instagram. Some of them don't even have like a Facebook, but they do have Instagram. You know, so I definitely like Instagram a lot more right now. Yeah.
For sure. I don't know, DMing on TikTok seems weird. Like, if TikTok could get their DMs and stories straightened out, like,
yeah, their
maybe no
stories.
one would have gone back to IG in the
Right.
first place a couple of years ago.
And now the people that were refusing to go to TikTok are even like thinking about it. They're like, well, I'm good on Instagram now because we're getting the reels, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're getting best of both worlds. Like, you could see all your friends, but if you want to go to reels, you can just see all the reels. I like that they started doing that. Like, you can just go to the reel option and you can see all that, or you can stay where like your friends are at, which is kind of how TikTok is, but it's still not the same, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, several people I've talked to, despite having more followers on TikTok, still feel like Instagram is more of a home than TikTok is.
Yeah.
But I think it definitely has to do with stories and DMs.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, Instagram for sure, all the way.
Cool. Was converting this Las Vegas Chicas into a business always the plan?
No, I mean, I just did it for shits and giggles, you know, like I do everything else. Yeah, I don't know. I just was like, well, I wanted a Las Vegas name. Now I regret that. Now I kind of want to change my name. I want to change my name for it to be more like lifestyle, like travel vlog.
More universal.
Yeah, because I hate which I'll never do again. I'll never do this. I went to Phoenix, Arizona, and I posted like 7 videos of Phoenix, Arizona, and people were just like, I thought this was a Vegas page, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, whatever.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, right. Of course.
that
Of course.
too.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
So on my bio now, I put Las Vegas and more instead of just like everything Vegas or whatever I had. So that works out better. But even if I travel, I don't want to do more than like 4 or 5 videos of another place. And yeah, it's just hard to travel and do so much because I only want to do 4 videos max, or people are just like, what the heck, you know? And I feel like when you're traveling and you're trying to go back to Vegas TikTok or Instagram, it takes a minute. Like, it takes a couple videos for my views to go back to how they were. Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed that recently. But I've traveled a lot. Like, we went to New Mexico, Phoenix, Denver. So I've noticed that. But, yeah, I like traveling.
Yeah.
And I want to change my
obviously,
name.
But you should just, if you're inspired and you want to make it, I mean, make the video, then make the video.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I will. But I'm going to keep it at a minimum now.
Okay.
Like 4, you know. I feel like that's the golden number.
So what would you change your name to? Maybe I shouldn't ask because some asshole's going to take the handle.
Yeah.
Never
Ooh,
mind.
I didn't even think about that. Okay,
Yeah,
thanks
never mind.
for the lookout.
Yeah.
Let's try this garlic roll. You can
okay.
keep asking me
Try the
questions
garlic
now
roll.
because I
Oh,
thought I
they're
had a
huge.
lot. Yeah,
What
they're
the fuck?
huge.
my
I thought I had a whole bunch of questions planned, and now I'm like, dang it, I've gone through them all. So it does take a long time to set up a video, huh? I'm going to do a little video.
Okay. Yeah, LasVegasChica.com for merch and event information. You've done a lot of cool events like the Speed Bestie event for girls, gays, and theys. That's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you decide to do like live events like that and put it on for the public?
I've always wanted to do like an event. I've thought about it. I thought about it a long time ago. And like I said, now that I have more, like, I hit the number I wanted on Instagram. And I mean, my goal is 200K. And I feel like after 200K, I'll be happy. Like, I'm not, like...
That's not true.
No?
Yeah.
I know, and I hate that.
No.
I hate that.
No.
But I feel like 200K, oh, sorry. I'll be, like, even more comfortable, you know? Because I'm really happy with 100K, but I feel like 200K, okay. But like I said, now that I hit that mark, there's a lot of things that I'm like, okay, now I can start working towards this. Now I can start working towards that. Like, do different things. So that's where I'm at. I like to try to find other things now that, like, I'm at that point. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. Like, people always hit me up, like, let's hang out. And I'm just like, like, I'm busy, or, you know, or like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, not one-on-one. I don't really know who you are, you know?
Exactly.
But I'm like, with a group setting, that'd be fun, you know? Like, if we don't, like, connect, at least you have other people to hang out with. And yeah, I've always wanted to go speed dating, but I've been with my husband for a long time. So I'm like, I can't go speed dating, you know? So I'm like, ooh, speed bestie. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's
Great
a
idea.
fun idea. Yeah. And it went really well the first time that I hosted it. So I'm really happy about
And
that.
you got another one coming up. You also have an espresso martini class, which is a great idea. I thought it was also interesting that you sell a guide as well for $7.99, and I thought it was interesting you opted to have the guide being an MP4 file versus a PDF. Was there a
Yeah,
reason?
honestly, I'm really not a techie person.
Oh, you technically challenged the reason? Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. Because it'd be harder to copy, I guess, if you make it an MP4.
Oh, really? Okay, then that's why I picked it.
I guess. I mean, kind of.
Right?
A little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it would be harder to pick or copy. That's a good point. That's why I did
I bought it
Bill.
last night for research.
did?
Yeah.
Did you find anything interesting?
Well, it's just an extension of all the things you like on the account. So I think you kind of tighten it up and summed it up for people on the go. And it's a quick guide, just like how you explain it.
Yeah, it's just a quick guide. Like, but what's tough, I think, is that when people come to me and ask me questions, they're very specific. Like, I feel like that's like an overall guide. But when people want to know something, it's just like very specific that wouldn't be on there, you know? So sometimes I feel like I want to extend it more, which I feel like I will. Because people ask me, like, what's the best brunch here or there? Or like something just so specific that I'm just like that's like, I don't know how to say it, like, that's specialized for you or whatever.
Right, you
I don't
can't
know.
just write it down and say, "Oh, the best brunch by the front
Right,
desk
yeah.
near valet
Yes, exactly.
is this place." Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
understand.
like, what? I don't know. But yeah.
Right. All
Yeah.
right. We're about to wrap this up. I'm going to go through 10 rapid fire questions.
Oh, God.
You'll be good. Yuvia, I'm going to name some gourmet food items. I'd like you to give me a score of 1 to 10 on each of the items. I'm not going to judge you until we get off camera.
Okay.
Caviar,
7.
sea urchin,
Sea urchin.
uni.
Uni. Oh, yeah. 8.
Okay, you had it the first time with Velia.
Yes. And
I saw the
I'm not
video.
going to say where.
It was all I can eat place. Huge mistake.
No, it wasn't all you can eat.
Oh, wasn't?
No, I'm not going to
Oh, I
mention
know. Starts with a P.
No.
No.
Yes, it is. But I wasn't
Okay.
going to say
All right,
it.
yeah. Okay. But now you give it an 8.
Yes. Yeah. Or like maybe a 7. I don't know. I just think maybe depends what it pairs with, because I feel like it didn't have too much of a specific taste. It just would go well with a lot of things. I don't know, like
Yeah.
sushi stuff.
Yeah, Daisho had a ton of sea urchin involved. So, that's
So I'm
probably the
happy that it was good,
Yeah,
because
it was
if
good.
it was, if it would have been that sea urchin, I would have been like, oh God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. It was so bad.
most. All right, foie gras.
No, I haven't tried that. I don't think.
You haven't?
Okay, I have, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't pinpoint the exact taste to it. Like, it was in a specific, like a big dish with like a lot of different things. So I've only tried it once, but I couldn't pinpoint what that what
Okay.
it was, how it
Next
tastes.
time.
Yeah,
Let me know next time. Japanese beef, like Wagyu.
8.5. 0.5.
1.5. That's so specific. And have you eaten frog?
I've eaten frog legs, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
7.
Okay. You're relatively overall pretty good. One of your most infamous posts was you getting a $10 tattoo on Main Street. You went
that.
with Tasting Vegas.
Yeah.
That hit over 4 million views on IG. Do you love your tattoo and would you get another?
I do, and I keep trying to get Talia and Velia to come with me to get
really?
another one.
Oh.
And Talia's lame. She's like, no, there's something I like from there. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
you-
It's for
do
the
you have tattoos?
experience.
You have one. Okay.
Get one, but none of them I like.
Yeah, I would 1,000% go back and get another one. I'd get like multiple.
But they have like the $20, $50 ones.
Yeah.
Like, are those better?
I look at all of
I
them.
don't know. You just went, okay.
It doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
Amy went to take a look too, and she didn't
Didn't like
anything.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they change them, how often they change them, or if different locations have different ones. Because I try to look back to see which ones they had, and
Maybe they took some off.
yeah, or
You
something.
blew it up.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
because
I think
the one
so.
I have isn't there anymore, and I'm just like, maybe everyone was trying to copy me and get the same one. I
think
don't
so.
know.
Probably.
But yeah, I would 1,000% recommend that.
That place was jam packed when we went in to look at
Oh, really?
tattoos. Yeah.
And
Crazy.
Rebar, I did both videos. My first Rebar, I think got like 5 million. I reposted it. I don't think it's at that. It's probably like at 200 or 300K, 200 or 300K.
Right.
But the first time got like 5 million or something like that, and they're right next to each other. And I did both the same day.
Dang.
Yeah, it was cool.
You're on the strip. You need to take friends somewhere for tacos. Name that restaurant.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You have to go on the strip. Have to
Yeah,
choose
but it
one.
wouldn't be tacos.
They want tacos. You have to take them, Yuvia. There's no choice.
I would go to Cabo Wabo only because
Cabo Wabo. Wow, I
Only
didn't think you were going to say that. Okay.
I'd convince them, to get this like honey garlic shrimp thing that's really freaking good at Cabo Wabo.
It's a honey garlic shrimp taco.
No.
Well, I'm talking about tacos.
I'd be like, yeah, let's go get tacos at Cabo Wabo. And then I'd convince them to get the shrimp.
Okay. All right. Fine. What did you give the knot, actually? Before extra question.
I want to say like maybe like 8,
Pretty
because
good.
I like garlic. I love garlic, and they're really garlicky. So yeah, they're pretty good.
And they're huge.
Mm-hmm. They're
these could
huge.
These could be for sliders.
Yeah,
I don't know if they do
1,000%.
sliders, but they should.
We
But
have
yeah,
a big menu.
I'd agree with you. It's really nice and garlicky.
Yeah,
And yeah. Okay.
this food was good.
Thanks for bringing it.
Of course.
You've done a ton of cool stuff since you started down this influencer journey. What's the coolest one off the top of your head? Coolest experience that you've had, or something?
I've been so lucky
you
to
have.
do so many cool things. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to talk about the one we have coming up. The podcast will probably be out after I do it. Yeah. But me, Velia, Talia, and Heather, and a couple other friends are going to this glamping experience soon. And it's horseback riding, ATV riding, and helicopter.
Nice.
All of that. Yeah. So I am so freaking stoked because they're just such good travel partners. And all the activities are things I love. And the glamping experience or whatever, it's inside a wagon. So the wagon
Is this
looks
the one in
pretty
Utah?
cool. I think it's in Arizona.
Okay.
No, close to the Grand Canyon, I think.
Okay.
Grand
Oh,
Canyon.
nice.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. So I feel like that's going to be really good. But yeah, that's going to be a good one. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah.
There's so many that I've done, but I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
that's the one I'm looking forward to.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great. My big issue with Birria ramen is the crappy noodles they use. Would it be a big deal to a lot of Mexicans if they used better noodles, or does it have to be the top ramen style?
No, better noodles. What are some good noodle brands? Because, yeah, I'm picky on noodles, and I'm just like, what's a good one that you can just like pop into the microwave, but isn't like shitty quality like they all are?
I don't eat noodles at home.
No.
I mean, yeah, I rarely eat at home, but
Yeah.
Recently, I love the Momofuku noodles that you can get at Target. Those are pretty good quality and take.
You can get at Target?
Yeah, 3 minutes to boil. And so they have different flavors, but I guess a lot of people don't even use the sauce packets. They just use it for the noodles and then make whatever, shrimp scampi or something with it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll get
So
those
those would be excellent for with birria ramen. But I don't feel like any truck would go to such an effort to use good noodles. I think it would have to
Maybe they don't know better. Now you're telling them the next spot is gonna have those.
Yeah, maybe that'd be amazing. If any of those places could make it with better noodles, I would be there in a second.
Right? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of like Philly cheesesteaks. You know, like you have to have it with Cheese Whiz, even though Cheese Whiz isn't even cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just has to be that way. So okay, give me your top 3 places for sugar daddies.
Now,
Now, today, 2023, March 2023.
for sure, the barbershop. Okay? The barbershop, for sure. Another one, what was my, Circa for sure. And then my last one, what was
So
that?
Legacy Club maybe at Circa, or just
Or
anywhere in Circa.
the pool or Legacy.
Okay,
Yeah.
anywhere in Circa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what did I say last time? I'm trying to think of what
Or
I
you can just
said
say
last time.
whatever you feel now. But yeah, those are 2 good ones.
Yeah, definitely the pool at Circa or Legacy, and then maybe at the Win, maybe at the bar at the Win, the Parasol bar.
Parasol down.
Parasol
Okay.
down. Yeah, so Parasol down, maybe Legacy or the pool at Circa, and for sure the barbershop. Yeah, I've seen plenty in there.
I think B and Ayumi were at the piano bar at
Resorts
Bellagio.
World or where?
At the caviar bar at Bellagio. And some guy went up to him, bragged about how rich he was. And he's like, I'll take you shopping right now. We'll go. Like, I'll take...
Okay, do you have time for a quick little story?
Okay, yes.
Okay,
Do we have
so-
time? Jay?
I'm worried about the battery.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so when I was working at a bar on the Strip, a lot of can I say prostitutes? Prostitutes would frequent that bar, right? And they would always tell us the craziest stories. And I met the girl that like a couple years ago. She would drug men and take their watches. Isn't that crazy? I just wanted to say that. I mean, it was a little story, I guess. I'm not really good at storytelling.
No, that's a crazy thing, though. I mean, to get roofied for your watch.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the really expensive watches,
Yeah.
like that were like $80,000, $70,000. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
crazy.
not that I can't afford it. It's just for safety. I don't wear one.
Right, exactly. I don't know what we were talking about, but yeah.
What does Yuvia do on a day off? If you have free time, what do you do?
I feel bad about not
You feel
doing
guilty about
anything.
doing anything? Me too. What
the
the fuck? This is
worst.
terrible.
I swear, I think it has to do. I don't know what like exactly your background is, but my Mexican like work ethic, background, whatever. Like, girl, you need to be doing something. I don't know, cleaning, whatever. It just makes me feel so guilty, and I'm just like, But I would hanging out with my dogs. That's what I always try to do. Just hanging out with my dogs, hiking, reading a book, those kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me time.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And then finally, who or what inspires you to do what you do? Or is there maybe like an account outside of Vegas that you love watching that
An
influences you or it gives you ideas or just a general, maybe a topic that you watch
A topic.
that people would be surprised that you watch? Someone was really into ghosts recently. They're watching like haunted.
Really?
That's what they watch. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, I loved to watch. What really got me into like traveling and stuff was hiking accounts on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those got me into really traveling and stuff like that. But I always think of Anthony Bourdain. I always think about him, like, because I would like to. I wouldn't want to just hit up like the fancy restaurants. I'd actually want to go to like the hole in the wall ones, you know. And it always makes me think of him. I'm just like, oh, you know, yeah. I guess that you could say that.
He had a remarkable way of kind of talking about where he was and just having conversations with just the locals.
Yeah, and I love doing that. Like, when I used to travel, like before COVID, I'd love to go to the like hidden gems, to like the local spots. I was always like, no, I need to go to the local spots, not the tourist stuff. Like I'd go to Hawaii. I'm like, I don't want to stay in Waikiki. I want to go like to the North Shore. I want to do like what the locals are doing, you know? So yeah, I'd want to say he kind of inspires me. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great personal role model. Role model things.
Role
after.
model. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, thanks for being here. This is super fun. Thanks for bringing all
We're
the food.
done? Yeah.
I'm glad we did this. And thanks for the extra questions.
Woohoo!
See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Las Vegasville podcast. For more information about me and where I've been dining recently, check out my IG and TikTok at Las Vegas Phil. Feel free to text or leave me a voicemail about anything you want, 702-551-4445. Stay tuned as a new episode of the show debuts every Monday morning.